The Ebro, Laura, Rosenberg Show.
Okay. Boys and girls, welcome to the program. That is Ebro, Laura, and Rosenberg Show, if you don't know. But welcome.
Good morning,
Started
guys.
running back, man. Rewind, selector.
You know what I mean?
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, subscribe and like and share and do all the things to get us popping in the algo.
The algo hustle was big last week.
We did significant algo hustle last week. Laura, how'd you feel about it?
It was everywhere. Everyone was like, I had my friends that were like, wow, did it get that bad? I'm like, just watch the entire thing. That's what it was.
Wow, did it get that bad?
But I did enjoy seeing people like Ninth Wonder, Questlove come to Rosenberg's defense, shall I say?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, sharing personal stories on how much, you mean to them and your contributions. I thought that was super dope. I saw a lot of people come out.
Yeah.
By come out, I mean commenting.
No, they supported me by coming out of the closet because they said we all want to be valuable allies, so we need to learn how to start sucking D. It's the only way to do it. No, the thing that I thought was interesting about that, and I guess this is what shows the bubble we live in, is that so many people I knew hit me up and were upset. Like, this is bullish. I'm like, I get called this all the time.
Yeah, no idea.
They don't know that I'm called culture vulture by I was on a Mount Rushmore of culture vultures.
You were?
Yes, it was a great
But
spot.
it's also not only indicative of being in a bubble and the way the internet works. People have their little things, but it's also people ignore things that just don't make sense.
Yeah, that's real.
Maybe that. So like they
Like
just kind of blow
they
past
would have been
it.
like, what is?
Whereas we showed it to them, and we got to give Bascom props. Bascom put together a rage baity enough clip to draw you to get them going because. People really were passionate.
There you go, Ron.
Yeah,
you put the scheme and scheme on that one. You know what I'm saying?
He's taking a bow.
Atta-way, scheme. He was scheming.
Go ahead, scheme.
So that was it was nice to see people like want to jump in and throw some love. But I thought it was a good clip to put out. I saw someone on the street yesterday. He literally he was like, "Yo, man, I've been a fan since late night, blah blah." He was like, "You're getting a little bit what was the word he used? Clickbaity these days, a little clickbaity these days, but it's cool. I get it." He was like, this whole culture vulture, Jason Lee. I was like, oh, you're literally referring to this week?
Yeah.
We literally just got clickbaity. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, we didn't have a major conversation about having Jason Lee on the show. But Ebro and I definitely had the same thought. And Laura was just like, I'll go with it. Fine. We definitely had the same thought, which is, tell me if you think. This is clickbait.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good conversation. I did want a little get back of you've said nasty things about me. I get to respond to it to your face. Mm-hmm. Rare opportunity. But also, as much as I don't like Jason Lee, he's not a white supremacist. He's not trying to overthrow. He's just a guy who does lazy crap, in my opinion, as content. He's not a horrible person.
Now, I had a thought, and let me know if you guys agree with it. Do you, look, because Jason Lee came up here, and in his mind, right, we are no longer working at a big, station, a big brand. Now, we know the inner workings of that brand, and we know how much, while they have a big brand, they don't really have the wherewithal and the, stick-to-itiveness to actually use the brand for what it could be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was one of our frustrations,
Yeah.
and I think that's well documented. But I think he came up here because he thought he was helping us.
That's hold on, in your brain, that's what you actually think?
I think he thought that.
No, in your brain.
I don't think I think that.
No.
I think he thought that.
But he thought, are you suggesting,
Because there was a
you
point in
think
the
he thought he was being benevolent?
Yes.
You think he did that from a standpoint of benevolence?
Well, because in the convo, remember, he goes, now you guys are like us. We need to work together.
Yes, I did.
He said that out of his mouth while we were sitting here.
Yes, I did hear that. And I was just like,
It wasn't like he didn't come up here to just be on some he even said during the convo, I got some stuff going on. We should talk after this. He said that.
You're out of your mind. you would do something like that. You're out of your mind.
No. He said that.
Yo, how about this? Hassan Piker didn't come up here to show love to us, let alone Jason Lee. Everyone comes up to places
No.
to hustle their own thing.
Are you hearing me?
It wasn't to help us.
No, in his mind.
But
Not in my mind.
But I don't understand what...
In my mind, we were having him up because I wanted that to happen for our fans. That was for us. We were doing that for our fans.
And his team asked to come up.
And they asked to come
Well,
up.
they did everything. They're on a promo, a big promo.
Big promo.
push.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to, I guess what I'm confused by, legitimately, is are you saying that he actually was doing it from a place of benevolence? I just don't understand what you're saying. Like,
I'm
you think
saying he was like, yo, I'm going to go up here.
And see if I can help these guys get...
And I'm going to make this moment for them. He could go a lot of places. He could go a lot of bigger places.
Bro, no one in my comments, half the people didn't know who he was. It was a very useful
In
promo
our
push.
world.
But that's what I'm saying. It was a very useful promotional
But
push.
you're just, all you're doing is parroting the same thing we just proved to, a bunch of other people that were like, I don't even know who this guy is. Right? In his world, in his bubble, in his algorithm, he even during that conversation was like, there's certain things I just do because I know it gets it going. Like it's all algo hustling. That's why we were exposing it a little bit. Our audience was like, yo, this guy's just a clickbaiter. We were like, yes, that's what he does. And he knows he's doing that.
And he said it.
And he said it.
So, Laura,
and he doesn't even
think
care.
he thought he was doing us a solid?
I don't think so, but I think that they looked at it like, hey, they're being talked about because, guys, we've gotten more exposure on this show than we ever got at Hot, right?
Yeah.
And then, so obviously to me, he felt we were important enough for him to want to come up here. They knew that we had a past, which was with you mostly. And then he wanted to take advantage of the moment. But I do think he thought it was beneficial for both parties. And he said that. Listen, I don't think he was just like, yes, I'm going to go help out my friends for a viral moment.
No,
I don't think that's it at all.
Yeah, I don't think there was any part of him that thought it could, like, this is about it being good. Maybe I'll accept this. Maybe him thinking his commitment to sort of this kind of thing and thinking the overall growth of it all is
beneficial.
Rising tides
floats all boats.
Yeah. Because
but that's as far as I would say. I mean,
listen, as crazy as that clip was, the other clip that has been moving around a lot, I don't know if you guys noticed this, and it's been conveniently cut down.
Okay.
But it's a clip of him talking about how the Democrats and Kamala Harris and the team do not take independent black media seriously.
Yeah, I saw that.
That part has been moving around a lot. And I just found that one interesting because, yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important for people to understand where people are getting news from. Like, it's not the CNNs, the Fox News. Well, Fox News is a brainwashed situation. But you know what I mean? It's like people are getting their news and information from somewhere else now. And I think that was an important
But even
take
on that side,
him.
Laura, even on the, that side, if you want to talk about Fox News side, similarly, they're getting, a lot of people are tuned into podcasts and things that are not your quote unquote vetted. I mean, hell, man, we got people on Instagram that are like, I mean, the whole Dr. Bryant last week thing where she's,
I saw that.
Is she a doctor or not?
I saw that moving, but it was one of those things where I didn't take the step of actually going in. I just saw her popping up on stuff.
Yeah, and we don't care enough over here, but she's someone out here who's giving people advice, and she's someone out here not only giving people advice, but giving people therapy, and doesn't have her, according to the internet, is not certified by an accredited institution, doesn't have her thesis, doesn't have nothing, and she was running around to Shay Shay and Joe Button and on shows and hustling it. You know what I'm saying? Putting out books, I'm a doctor.
Oh, literally saying I'm a doctor?
No, her name is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Yeah.
And she's not a doctor, you're saying?
Well, that's what people are questioning, whether or not she has, proper accreditation.
Well, John Cena was never an actual doctor.
Neither was Dr. Dre.
No, a doctor of thugonomics, but at the same time, he knew enough about thugonomics to, I think, portray himself in that way.
But nonetheless,
different.
People are out here. People, go ahead.
Just to know, she does have an honorary doctorate, so that still will let her be a doctor. But the question is if she has a legitimate doctor.
Yeah. So we were talking about the legitimacy.
Okay.
Not the honorary?
Thank you, Rasan.
Thank you.
Well, that is interesting, though, because she is running with the honorary. Like, now they call me doctor.
So
no, she's not. But that's the problem. She's not saying I'm honorary. She is saying I went to an institution. They are now closed down of 2 years ago, and they don't have my records. And everybody's like, that's not how that works.
I saw a clip of an interview where they ask you, are you basically a real doctor? She's like, I worked hard for it, yes. But never gives a definite answer.
Well, and people who are doctors in that field or in other fields are like, yeah, but you would have your dissertation. You would have your documentation.
But
like,
and be proud of showing it. Like,
but my point is, this is the era we live in.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you said she's sitting down with Shay Shay. Shannon, God bless him, lovely man. There's not a topic he talks about that he's informed on. I swear, unless sports.
Listen, that's Club Shay Shay.
It's Club Shay Shay, but I've watched him sit with people who like we know well, and I'm like, oh, someone handed you note cards. You don't. So this is the era we live in of people sit with people and don't
like
have
him,
their backup.
Right,
Yeah.
but people like them, him, whoever they like. They connect to someone. They tune into the thing. It's entertaining. It's produced well.
And that's why you get people who don't need to be real doctors because you just really like what they're selling you anyway.
That's right.
So it doesn't really matter.
That's right. Speaking of selling you anyway, Iceman weekend. How was everybody's Iceman weekend?
it was so stupid.
Iceman was out, boy. Listen, I had a great weekend.
He gave us triplets.
He did? Oh, congrats.
He impregnated us with triplets. Now, it is confirmed, I think, that the 3-album move was to get out of his UMG deal so he could.
That's confirmed.
I think I've seen it from multiple outlets that cover music, and I haven't heard from
Shannon
him.
Sharp said it.
Shay Shay said it.
Dr.
Cheyenne Bryant said it.
So no, it's got to be real. It's got to be real.
It's real. However, let's start with Laura Stylez. How did you like?
Okay.
People say Iceman, but there's obviously Iceman, Habibti, and
Maid of Honor.
Maid of Honor.
Yeah, so
what did you feel?
I didn't get to Maid of Honor. It was a lot, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. I heard a little bit.
By the way, let me hit you with this for not getting Maid of Honor.
Congratulations. You played.
Okay,
this.
yeah, I'm
That's
not
the
there
best one.
yet. I'm not there yet. And that's what my friends told me. They were like, best one. So the Habibti, I enjoyed a couple tracks.
Well, what's Habibti, by the way?
I
like
think it means my dear in Arabic.
Or my love.
So it's Habibi.
No,
Habibi is
Habibi's for
brother.
a male.
It's,
Beloved.
Okay,
but this is
Habibi
Habibi or Jace.
So
okay.
it's
Habibti.
I guess it's for like the female version.
Okay.
I guess.
Because I read it and I went, is that Habibi, but it's the silent T or something? Okay, it's Habibti.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed a couple of tracks.
My
But
man's
what-
cultural
we
appropriation game goes any direct. You never know what might
The
catch
Arab,
you.
he says the Arab women love him.
Oh,
He
perfect.
said it. He
Problem.
had the lyric. There was a lyric. I heard it.
He said that? And Jamaican women love him, so
and
we
the
can do
British women.
it. Yo, by the way, none of that's a lie. So if that's the standard, he is good.
I
He's
know,
just,
yeah.
using, a language that people can relate to.
If he is allowed to do the language or voice of the countries where women there want to sleep with him, he can do any language in the
Drake,
world.
that should be your next album.
All of it.
That's it. That's the album.
Now,
Yeah.
now, when it came to Iceman, yeah, there was a couple joints I liked. Obviously, I was caught up to hear, like, what is he going to say about people. The Khaled line really surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be that forward because he's normally not forward. Like, he doesn't call out people by name.
Yeah, that is
and
true.
that's what annoys me.
That is
like,
true.
just at this point, just say it. You
Well,
know
he
what I
did
mean?
for Khaled.
But for Khaled, I was like, wow. And I don't know, have you guys seen like people now kind of like intentionally trolling Khaled, like trying to get him to say Free Palestine on camera?
We have video.
I saw one, yeah.
Yo, free Palestine. Say it one more time. Free
Say it one more time.
They should love everybody.
Why that man look dejected like that? Like you didn't know that was going to be what happened. Well, he said say it again, though, so maybe he did say it off camera.
Maybe. Khaled has a response.
This is not a
Read
response.
this to me, man, because I don't know.
Listen, man, I'm not reading that.
I have questions.
Listen.
No man, nabada ninja.
Yo, hey, listen, Khaled more Jamaican than Drake, though.
No, oh, historically? Yes.
Historically,
no,
yes.
no. He has legitimate ally claims
Yes.
for what he did in Miami for all those years. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, and his relationships in Jamaica.
And the
are
relationships
just-
in Jamaica, yes, for sure. But
It's-
that said,
it's bad for him though, because now it's like everyone's gonna be looking at him, troll him to make him say something that we all hoped that he would have said from the very
Who's that?
beginning.
By the way, who's everyone? When you speak,
I mean,
who is this
the
everyone?
only reason I'm
People with
saying it is
mics.
because they know that he's Palestinian.
Well, no, but people on the internet have been upset with Khaled for not speaking out on Palestine since before October 7th.
yeah,
Yeah,
way
yeah.
before.
But obviously, now it's more than before.
I'll tell y'all a whole thing. We were going to have, this is, how long ago, Rosenberg, when we were going to have you and Khaled sit down together. Remember, we asked Khaled.
We talked about this, yes, we
this
did.
is how many years ago?
10?
8?
No, more, yeah. No, in the long, I'd say 10, 12. I've talked about, him and I have talked about being Palestinian and Jewish together on
Yes.
camera. on at least one occasion, if not more. But it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's nothing like deep.
I never knew.
It's nothing deep, but it we've talked about it. Definitely used to like, joke about it, showing love, Jewish Palestinian love or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the subject's really complicated. The telling someone what their obligation should be when they're of the group and you're not in the group, that's crazy. Telling people like you're a bad Palestinian, what you need to do when they actually
and we
are,
don't and just
tough.
and once again, Khaled's family hasn't been in that region. I don't know when they left, but
you don't know who's there. We don't know who's there.
We don't know who's there. We don't know his connection to it. We don't know anything about. I don't personally know.
I don't either.
Anything about his connection other than the fact that I think his parents are from there.
Now I will say this about Drake, and he doesn't get credit for it. Drake did jump on that Artists for a Ceasefire very early.
He did.
Yeah.
And really got no love for it.
Yeah. And 40 has been very vocal about Palestinians.
Yeah.
Very vocal. Like one of the most.
So,
but simultaneously, I'm still sitting here, and I don't want this to deter us from having a good conversation about what's going on with this music Drake drop. I'm still sitting here waiting for him to distance himself from that White House post.
He's not going to do that.
Why not?
Do you have that? You have the Iceman post?
Iceman.
Why wouldn't he be?
Like Olivia Rodrigo did?
Yeah, other artists have done it. It's not like... Yeah, but there was also the post where they had the album cover with the chain.
Yeah.
Where's that?
The MAGA chain.
Not just that.
And then people on the internet were like, he can't, because then he won't be allowed in the country.
But that's not how it works.
That's what I
And
said.
also, that's just not...
What?
And you guys are okay with that?
Yeah.
That's like, so he should just. And by the way, of all the people who could afford to have problems with these people, Drake, was it going to be all right?
Right. So then you have, just to lay this out, I'm just waiting. Once again, look, I supported Kanye West on his last album. He hasn't denounced his alignment with MAGA either. So let's just be clear. This is not like I'm not going to support Drake's music or I'm not going to enjoy it. So I don't want this to deter from us enjoying the music. But I'm just waiting for it because what I see, right, is an alignment with white supremacy. That's what I see. Because you have Aiden Ross, you have academics promoting MAGA, you have Drake doing it as well, or at least not distancing himself from it.
And
right?
he does follow them. All we know is that he follows Trump and JD Vance, but so do a lot of people, right?
Yeah, but that's whatever. And then there's also who else was in there? There's another streamer in there.
Oh, who's another one he's friends with?
Yeah, there was another person in there. Well, but regardless, who is it? Neon. But regardless, I'm sitting here waiting for that. So while we're talking about Khaled and him trying to call Khaled out, let's not just act like this is all clean for everybody's on the right side of history here or speaking out. Like,
let's again remember we can't allow that one issue to be they're good now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. In 2026, it's actually gotten very easy to point at that situation and see which side's right, which side's wrong.
And you'd be surprised, Rosenberg. I saw it. There's the. You're not gonna distance yourself from that. He used your album cover and threw up a chain with MAGA on the White House account. You're not gonna say, "Hey, listen, my whole career I haven't really made politics is not really my thing."
Someone should be doing that. Someone on your team should give a statement. There's nothing.
Nothing.
They took your cover and made it a MAGA. That is crazy. And again, Drake is worth, probably pushing on $1 billion, right? He's not American. Not trying to be American. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has residencies here, but Drake, it seems like if you listen to the album and kind of pay attention, seems like he's really been spending more time in Toronto than ever, right? Does he really need who cares?
So I'm sitting here waiting for that. I also remember when we were talking to Hassan Piker, we didn't dig in on it, but Hassan Piker pointed out, and I didn't know this, that Steak, Academics, Drake, and that whole kind
Aiden
of faction, or Aiden Ross, that whole faction attacks Hassan Piker, according to him.
Well, he didn't say Drake has attacked him, but
that Steak,
the Steak crowd, because he's called out Steak.
Yeah,
that's what he said. Yeah.
So I want to dig in on that.
But hold on, this is why people say you hate Drake, bro. Why aren't we talking about the music though?
Well, because I wanted to, because we were talking about Khaled and him pointing out Khaled, and I want to say clean. You pointed out Khaled. You said what you had to say.
By the way, it is also a little messy too, though. To Laura's point, you never call anyone out by name, and of all the ops you had, the one who caught it with the name and putting the pressure of save free Palestine on them. It's the Palestinian friend you used to have who I don't even fully understand why you hate him. Because Khaled definitely never said anything nasty about Drake.
No, he
Not
didn't.
publicly.
No, he didn't.
Khaled's never said anything nasty about anyone.
Ever.
Publicly.
Yeah.
So, like, of all the people to catch it, we have to be honest. Like, it is sort of
Well,
Khaled's
kind
kind
of
of the
at
easiest.
Tyler. He was kind of nasty to Tyler.
He was kind of nasty to Tyler.
He was.
But that was his feelings being hurt about his album.
Yeah.
Not excusing it, but he was. And don't worry, don't feel bad for Tyler. Tyler came on our show and multiplied it times 100 back, so it was okay.
Yeah.
But most situations with Khaled, like what I'm saying is, Khaled was kind of an easy target to be the one whose name got called. It was like, damn, Khaled.
Yeah, I think so.
That being said, Laura, you said you listened to Iceman and you thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool. I enjoyed some songs, but I'm not. Sometimes I would just I would catch myself just fading away.
Me too.
Like it didn't grab me like the way I wanted it to. You know?
Do you think that the people like you and I, are waiting for a Drake album like Iceman to just be something that he is not? Like, we're waiting for that opening track. We're waiting for that opening track to come out and be like a Jay-Z intro where the premiere joint hits and he's on some blah, blah, blah.
Well, and that's why I want to hit all of you guys with the.
Well, it's never happened. And, like, we were waiting for it to happen. And then I realized, I'm listening to Iceman. And by the way, I do have positive thoughts on Drake's albums coming because I have evolved since I first heard it. But as far as Iceman goes, you're waiting for it to take some step into like a classic hip-hop feel that he never goes to.
Well, there's a couple.
But not classic. But the drums aren't hitting like that. He's still going to kind of whine and meander in the middle of it. It's a lot of complaining.
No. What you just said there, the whining, meander, and the complaining, yes, that happened.
And that's
but
not
we're
what
not
we're
gonna
looking
act
for.
like Make Them Pay doesn't step into a hip-hop feel with the Denise Williams sample.
No, the Make Them Pay is hard, but then there was, I forget what bar he had on there that really bothered me.
Sure, there's going to be that, but I just wanted to point out
the
that
sample was hard.
And there's moments through Iceman. I think the flub on Iceman for me is it's too long.
I would say that's the flub on Maid of Honor too. It's like 2 or 3 too long. But that's everybody. That's
but everybody does that nowadays.
And by the way, I gotta feed the algorithm.
And, a lot of people will be like, yeah, but it was getting him out of a deal, and he had, all the business side of it. And I want to put that over here. We're just talking about the music.
By the way, people hit me with that too. That's not my business.
I just want
you have to respect. He's feeding the algorithm and he's getting out of a deal, bro. I'm listening to the albums. That's not. Yeah, he has great business. He's done really well for himself.
Fine, I want the art.
Yeah,
but I will say this: I think Drake examined or starts to try to examine some things about himself.
Agree.
It's just clouded by all of the still being upset and bitter and angry about the battle and who picks sides and you know what I mean.
For sure.
So I think some of him starting to like really look at himself in the mirror that people have been asking for. He kind of starts and then goes away from it.
That's what a lot of people do. It's very real life. That's like real people
very
in therapy.
Real life, yeah.
Like I noticed there's some things that I'm like he sort of implies on multiple occasions that like he is really sensitive about it and he is all these things. But then he can't lay off going after people like LeBron, who again, of all the people, like I don't know their personal situation. But
He's got his tattoo. He had a tattoo of him.
But he also
that was crazy.
Drake talks about having a God complex, and I don't really necessarily know the exact meaning of God complex in like a psychological way, but I do know what I've inferred by hearing it a lot.
Yeah,
you believe that like you are the all being.
You're infallible,
bro. A lot of people stand next to you and like you and are friends with you and think it's cool to be friends with you because you're Drake and all of these things.
And you're a nice guy.
And yeah, you're a nice guy. You had a good experience with him, but they also like Kendrick. And when y'all get into the middle of a thing and it's hip hop and it's a thing, people are going to like dance to a song or like a song. And you being like, he literally says this, how dare you party next to me and then celebrate while my ops are. Bro, our whole life isn't about you and your ops. Like, we love hip hop. As much as we love you, Drake, we love the music that you've made more. That's the whole thing.
But he's talking about people who have, been to his house. Hung out, been on vacations. I'm assuming with their families.
He definitely talks
together.
about vacations. He talks about vacations.
No, he's always talked about it. Let's not act like Drake talking about vacations is new.
No,
right.
big
we're not going to do.
Talk.
We are not going to act like going on vacation with Drake is a new concept.
No, people are apparently going on
We've
vacation.
been doing.
Ladies,
no. I'm saying albums.
Oh yeah,
and albums forever.
We've gone to Greece. We've
gone
everywhere.
So many places. So many trips. So many SKUs.
See, that's why.
What?
I can't have anything.
No, but look, he gave us so many. Listen, what we're also not going to do is act like Drake doesn't know his magic. He gave us his attempt at a full rap album.
Oh, here.
He gave us a full R&B vibe album, and he gave us a full kind of dance club crossover rhythmic pop album.
So just like how we feel that Drake is never going to give us that absolute hip-hop classic. I said hip-hop classic.
Go with rap. Go with rap classic.
Rap classic.
Go
There
rap.
you go. If that makes you feel better. Just like many people feel, he's not going to give us that ultimate rap classic that a Jay has, or a Nas has, or a Kendrick has, or some would say J. Cole has. And maybe we feel he's not capable of doing that. That Maid of Honor and what's the other one?
Habibti.
Habibti.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of the people that we just mentioned capable of doing
No.
those?
No.
Absolutely
None
not.
of them.
No.
None of the greats can make Maid of Honor. Maybe they wouldn't want to, but they can't do
do
it. That Drake is capable. The Jedi mind trick of making songs about wanting to basically have sex with every woman in the world while also making the music that is their best friend is some ill-ish we've never seen
It's
before.
great. It's great.
He has multiple songs with Bestie on the title. I'd like to point that out.
Well, I mean,
There are multiple there's a classic
Yep,
Bestie,
yep.
and then there's your new Bestie.
Yo, he wrote a song. Whole phase is fire.
Yo,
Whole phase
Yeah.
is fire.
he
bro.
understands the hoe phase. No, because he's been the guy to be on the receiving end of it, I'm sure, many times.
Listen, man.
That album is you could put that Maid of Honor on at a party at 10 o'clock and let it rock for 90 minutes.
Let it rock.
And not a lot of people can do that. So we could be
And
critical
shout
about
to
everything.
Gordo, man. Yo, man. Shout to Gordo on production, bro. Like,
The production's real.
Yeah, man.
You're not going to believe this. I didn't even hate Sexy Red doing the cha-cha slide.
there you go.
I didn't.
You didn't hate it.
On paper, I'm like, this is the most unneeded thing in the
But is it, though? Is it unneeded?
Yes, it is. But
Nah,
damn it,
it has a level of ridiculousness that I
It
think people
works.
will have fun with.
it worked. In
Yeah.
the context of when I realized where the album was going, I'm like, oh, this is really just girls could put this on and party for the whole. That's why you're gonna like it. It is a good party
844
joint.
ELR3. Jump in on this Drake albums convo. Which one did you like? Did you like any of it? Listen, the biggest problem I have with these three albums is I feel like Drake went like 9 for 40.
What songs?
Like there's 9 amazing joints out of a batch of
you said
40.
amazing.
Yeah, like 9 songs that I'm like, yo, this is a heater.
There's the headline. We did all this talk of all this nuanced Drake talk, and Ebro just ruins it by the clip now being Ebro says Drake goes 9 for 40.
Yeah.
9 for 40 from the field's not what you want. However,
From the field, but as a baseball average, 240, 250 these days,
Yeah,
that's a great ball player.
there you go.
I think I would say less amazing than 9, but more really good than 9.
Okay.
I
I'm
would
fine
say
with that.
overall it's over the 20 for 40.
By
It's
the, and
like
by the
something
way,
like
I'm saying that's like the biggest problem, right? The second biggest problem is I think the redundancy of the, talking about the beef and, it just was like it kept going and it kept going and which is why I think Iceman could be chopped down by 4 or 5 records.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think Iceman being chopped down, like I said, Maid of Honor a little bit. I didn't quite make it to the end of Habibti. Shouts to Donnell Jones, though, who's going to get a nice little check.
That was
I'm feeling you and I'm wanting you.
Man, I like Fort Worth on that Habibti, and I like is that on Habibti? Am I saying it right? And that record classic.
You're taking
Nah,
risks by jumping
listen.
into song titles.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, he had the one song when he hit the I'm feeling you and I'm wanting you from. But there's some really good R&B records on that.
Well, so now I love that you brought up Rosenberg, your expectations of Drake, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of people who had these unrealistic expectations, and I don't know where they come from. Like, because when I heard all of this music this weekend, this sounds like Drake to me. Like, this sounds like Drake. Like, I don't understand why people don't.
I was put off
like,
by
could
the
there
3
be songs?
albums.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just that initially you're like, what is this? What are you doing?
Right.
And so I was I think I was being biased in my initial assessment because I'm like, I don't want 3
well,
albums.
he's also doing what Beyonce said she was going to do. Remember, you had Renaissance was its own vibe.
Fix your lips.
Well, no, Renaissance was its own vibe. Cowboy Carter was its own vibe. We're supposed to get a 3rd installment, which is a whole other vibe, right? She said that. Like that, we've known that for a while. Yes. He just put his all out in one weekend, and she stretched hers all out over multiple years.
Big
I think also the energy behind Drake, expecting Drake to do something or be someone or be that. Giving you the perfect rap album, right? It also is because of the energy behind the beef. They're like, what is he gonna say next? Like, is he gonna come for Kendrick? Is he gonna demolish everything? Like, so people had high expectations of that. But even the little subs that he did that were going towards Kendrick, I just thought, okay.
I think too, and I think about the great rappers a lot, right? Like, we've just watched Nas release how many albums that the hip-hop culture has had affinity for or loved. 5? In the last, 6 years or something? Something like that? One of Jay's greatest albums, I think, to a lot of Jay fans, is 444. Like, I've seen people put that 444 in top 5 Jay albums.
I love that album.
Right? However, they weren't celebrated in the same ways as their albums at their highest heights were. Mm-hmm. And Drake is a 40-year-old dad, right, who is trying to build his next chapter. So I think I knew everybody expected this release to feel like Views or to feel like one of those, one of Take Care or one of those big album releases, right? If you're reading this and all the great material was released, I knew that would be a challenge in this climate, and it was loud. This weekend was still very loud because it was
loud.
Drake.
It was very loud.
It's very loud because it was Drake. But people got to get accustomed to the fact that Drake is settling into. This is after the highest height. You know what I mean?
That's the part. People aren't settling into that, though, and he's not settling into that.
No, he will never. He will never. Just like.
But that's the shortcoming. Also,
right.
The shortcoming is not accepting when you're in the new place.
Yeah.
And how do I make new albums that aren't going to be exactly that? But that takes people a long time.
Tom Brady's still struggling with it. Remember there was rumors last year that Tom Brady was getting offers to come back and play quarterback, and we were like, yo.
But the difference is a football player can't do it. An artist, in theory, can.
Can they?
But you're only going to run into a classic like that if you're comfortable in the place you're in and you're making what.
Right.
That's why 444 hit.
Right.
Because, guys, we are not going to act like people are looking back super fondly. And it had joints that I liked on Magna Carta, Holy Grail, Blueprint 3. Some of those albums, yes, they have good moments. As I always say, pluck a couple songs.
Blueprint 3 is better than Blueprint 2.
In retrospect, I don't know. I've spent a lot of time on Blueprint 2 recently. I don't know. Again, too many songs.
Blueprint. What about Blueprint 2.0?
That's different. No, that's different. But again, those albums ended up being, I got a couple of greatest hits joints to pluck for the live show. Yeah. But that's kind of what happens. You move on. Then you come into a 444. And you hit this complete body of work.
Well, because Jay had something new to talk about,
and he was gonna. I'm gonna live here.
He owned it.
I'm gonna live on being.
And I think
adult.
Drake, some of the blowback. Let me see. There was a clip that I thought a guy was pretty thoughtful. Go to clip 2 there, Rasan, for me.
So I just listened to the Drake album, but what I noticed, he's turned into the old nigga at the club. 2 most revealing words on Drake's new album: dig deeper. He literally says he know he got some healing to do, he know he got some things to work on, but the idea of digging into his own shit scares the fuck out of him. Drake is now a representative of black men's refusal and inability to see the need to grow. Drake is about to be 40 years old. And the repetitive themes that he's talked about his whole career, they continue to regurgitate in his music. You got the theme of I versus they. When you have a certain perspective to hyper-focus on yourself, there will be an absence of the inclusion of other, especially when it comes to the black and brown community and how much work we need. 40-year-old black man and not have any context, any conjecture on the state of black America, what's going on with our people, how the men that praise and follow you can level up in some way, shape, or form.
It's a very good clip.
I don't know who that was, and if y'all know in the chat who that was sent to me. So I couldn't find the original clip. But so I want to shout him out because I thought that was thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a theme throughout the album. You can hear that he does want to go sort of further, but is not able to quite take
Is
those
not
steps
ready,
yet.
is not able, doesn't want to do it. You know, I saw somebody talking about he's not going to give them that on this album. You know, he's got to renegotiate his deal.
Okay, calm down, everyone. Yo, but I will tell you one thing that jumped out to me. I have never, there may not be a better guest on earth for Validate Me than Drake.
Oh, God. Rosenberg.
I'm not holding my breath. What I'm just saying is, though, I mean, I love the guy, but the amount of sex addict talk that comes through this album, I mean, your man can't stop. Every woman to him is like, he sees every one. I'm just believing what the lyrics are, by the way, okay? And I am not.
And you're taking that face value because it could all be an act.
It could all be an act. And I'm not, and by the way, I'm not hating on this man. Drake, I'm not Shawnee, all right? Shawnee used to hate on this man's epic record. Your man is like Derek Jeter on steroids. His run is unlike anything we've ever seen, okay? No one's going to hate on that. But he does just seem like, if you just listen to the lyrics, yo, I just performed to 20,000 fans. Now you want me to spend 20,000 bands. Every girl who he meets, it seems like, is this challenge he needs to accomplish. And it's like, how many can you possibly need to accomplish? There's never going to be enough. Your man probably has Wilt-like numbers. We've never seen a run like this, right? Like, he's not just talented. He's not just seemingly a ladies' man. He's a very good-looking guy. He's charming, all the things. And if you listen to the music, again, and he does seem to put some reality in his music. He just sounds like a guy who's absolutely obsessed with sleeping with every woman humanly possible. And I just don't think he's ever going to get to a point when he goes, well, that last one was it. I really feel full. I now believe women like me for who I am.
I think we should get into that more on the Patreon, right? Because I think that, most men sit around and are watching you right now and are going in the back of their minds, even if that's not who they are anymore, and going, what's wrong with that?
No, because we're taught it's normal.
Yeah.
We're taught that as men, we are taught that if you are single, the normal thing to be doing is trying to conquer every single woman humanly possible.
And like you said, we're trained that, programmed socially, it's acceptable. Women reinforce that concept often with the boys will be boys and all men are dogs and all men cheat and kind of this whole thing where it's almost like, yeah, that's just what it is, right? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it is a space where, if you stay in that space and you don't actually peel back on what you're actually looking for and why.
Well, and you have that much access too.
Right.
I mean, Drake on any given night in any given city. Like, I thought about this yesterday. I was like, it would be a really fun interview game with Drake that you could never play with him and he would never say. But if you were to be like, hey, tell me, I'm going to name a random city. Tell me about the hot woman that you have in that city. You could literally do it about every city on planet Earth, and it would keep going. He'd be like, oh, well, West Palm is different than Fort Lauderdale. I mean, I've got, So it's just, with that kind of access, it's even harder to now turn it off. That's hard. Hey, we got a big, huge super chat.
Oh,
super chat time.
Okay.
Kendo, just one, but Kendo came through with $99.99.
Kendo, thank
101
you.
episodes and counting. Keep it growing, family. Coffee and bagels are on me.
That's very nice.
Oh, that's
Yo, people really enjoyed
sweet.
the 100th episode. I don't know if they enjoyed the balloons.
They
Say
did.
sorry. Say
They
sorry
did,
to
Ebro.
Griff and Laura.
Ebro.
That was the only
Call
thing
him
we
BS.
did.
I know. That's
he's-
how people were like, oh my God.
No, it was in the
celebrating.
caption.
Yo,
It
you're
was in the caption. It was. They didn't need to put it.
Griff, Laura, great job, Balloon Committee.
It was really Griff.
Griff, you did a great job.
Yo, and then this is how much on. Are y'all thinking we're on a budget? They were trying to save the balloon.
We were not. We were just putting him in the bag.
No, you saved the 100, but don't buy another 3 zeros. Just get a K.
For 100,000
Yeah,
subscribers.
all you need is a K. Then when we're in bit, that's all you need, guys. Now, speaking
keep
of a
the
K,
balloons.
we got to get into Cars for Kids.
Oh,
Man,
goodness
this is
gracious.
the most random, crazy thing. Ebro, you had mentioned it to me.
Nah, I sent it. So this came across Ebro's algo a long time ago, and I sent it like, yo. But I didn't know if they were just like, it was all, I didn't have a way to figure it out. And I wasn't going to the Cars for Kids website.
I did.
to like.
I did all the research when you said it. The
did?
first time we
Okay.
talked about it,
Yeah.
I went down the full rabbit hole myself.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know this. We never talked
Oh,
about
bro, I knew how. I'm like, here's my logic. I don't remember if it was you who sent it to me initially, but it was 6 months to a year ago was when I first started hearing Cars for Kids might really be some Israel propaganda outlet. And here's why. The reason I went down the rabbit hole was the same reason my dad was like legitimately upset on Saturday when I spoke to him. Because of all the things that would make the average person think that Jews are just out of their mind and terrible as a collective because of the terrible behavior of Israel. This struck me, and apparently my dad the same way, of this is really bad. Because everybody knows and hates this commercial. Everybody.
Yeah.
And maybe some people like it.
Well,
but you have a relationship with it.
And it's a great tune. And even if you're annoyed by the 1-800 Cars for Kids, whatever it is, you're going, it's for the kids.
Right.
That part.
Right.
It's for the kids.
Right.
All right,
So your
Cars
brain-
for Kids. It's I donate a car and help some kids.
Here's how I viewed it. I viewed it as you don't want to get rid of your car. It's annoying to get rid of the car. We'll come take the car, which I think this part is what it is. You'll get a write-off.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Tax write-off.
But they're saying cars for kids.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming then either those cars will go to needy families who need a car, or if the car is unsalvageable, they will sell the car, and the money will somehow go to benefit kids.
Right.
Correct?
Kids
Is
in
that-
need. Yeah. Children in need. Yeah.
That's what the commercial sounds
And they
like.
take houses too now.
yeah.
When I remember when I heard that, I was like, takes house.
Oh, boats and real
Boats
estate
and
now.
real estate.
So I
Okay.
heard that after I'd already heard that it was really like an Israel operation. So then when I heard the now taking real estate, I was like, oh.
Oh my God.
Well, so in the
So,
state
yes.
of California.
I got the guy.
Okay, go ahead.
Bruce Puderbaugh. He sued Cars for Kids in this landmark lawsuit, basically because the charity, he got them banned from the California airwaves because of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is really big. But the charity allegedly, was a false advertising. But they're saying that the money went to a New York and New Jersey based Orthodox Jewish outreach organization, where the majority of the donations went to religious camps, trips to Israel, and real estate purchases.
Yeah, essentially it's a variety of stuff from what I read. And this is when I got confused.
Well, but also, sorry to
Go
cut
ahead.
you off. Also, I noticed in the lawsuit, the man said in the commercial is a variety of children.
Yes.
This is
And
a TV commercial.
The
I
TV
guess.
commercial.
Yeah.
The assumption is that it's for all kids, not specifically one group.
Right.
Because the kids are multi-ethnic.
Because they could argue it is for kids, Jewish kids, Orthodox Jewish kids
who want to go to Israel.
who want to go to Israel. They could
Not
argue
poor
that.
Jewish kids.
Not poor, not needy. They don't say any of that, right? They could argue it's absolutely for kids and families with kids.
Yeah, the judge was like, "Nah, fam, you didn't say that in the jingle. You didn't say that in the visuals. Like, no, like the judge was not having that."
And then the vetting process, I think if this goes the way I think it will go, other attorney generals from other states will pick it up.
Yeah.
And then they'll begin to go. And by the way, this is where you needed a functional federal government. Okay. Because at a certain point, the federal government would have to investigate, why is this a nonprofit organization?
That's that part.
Yeah.
That part. Although, listen, where we live right now, what'll happen is we'll see whoever runs Cars for Kids in the White House shaking hands with the president, and he'll be like, this is a witch hunt. We're going to make sure that you guys get more cars than ever. But I'm making that up, but that's just what I know our government's like. This is bad, though. This to me was just the kind of thing that makes, like, if you have crazy conspiracy theories about Jewish people, this is just so reinforcing of that. Of like, wait, the Cars for Kids is a secret. And like, so when I went to the website initially, I tried to like figure out, and it's very confusing. Like, it is clearly related to Jewish stuff and like kids, but like they make it very vague. But all I know is I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is not what it sounds like the commercials.
Right. And
if you go look, you're like, it doesn't look like they're creating settler movements or doing anything like terrible to harm people.
But we have to assume that they might be.
Well, no, I just assume that you're lying still about what the point of it is.
Well,
it's PR. It's
also,
PR for a country, essentially.
Yeah, but also, why would you lie?
Because you could. Well, yeah, why would you lie? Because you want to get as much money as possible. If you said it was, hey, 877 cars for Israel, people are not doing that.
Right.
Kids is the problem. The problem is the word kids.
Yeah.
Man.
And that was that guy's whole thing. It's like, I thought it was for all children. He's like, and it's not even children. He's like, it was teenagers going to Israel.
And going on trips.
On trips.
So that's what I kept looking for. I'm like, wait, are these teenagers in need? And then in my brain, I'm going,
they need to go to Israel.
in need of summer plans.
I know.
No, everyone knows that when your kid's
in need of a birthright trip.
When your kid's in need of summer plans, listen, it's a big frustration for the whole family. So that's what so it's terrible. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, we all heard the commercial and didn't do the work that Rosenberg did.
Congratulations.
Well, I did it after 30 years of hearing it. I'm no hero. It was last summer. I was sitting on the toilet and I go, what is this Cars for Kids? Oh, another website. What is this?
Israel.
I know. And then in my brain, I do naturally go like, I don't want anyone to know about this. This is terrible. I hope this isn't true. It's not true. It's not true. Close the phone. It's not true. No, it can't be this bad. And then it comes out and I'm like, it really is that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, that's what they're saying. That's what California said.
Yeah.
That's what California said.
Well, and speaking of that bad, you guys know that there's several opportunities around the country for Democrats to hold people accountable who broke the law during the election. Are you guys hearing about these headlines?
What do you mean?
So the governor of Colorado is about to pardon the woman who was convicted of voter fraud in the state.
Oh, okay.
She was cheating on behalf of MAGA, is not remorseful at all, was sentenced to 7 years, and the governor of Colorado is about to let her slide.
On what grounds? Why?
I don't know the grounds. I don't know the why, but,
Yeah.
it's about to happen. But it's also the moderate Democrat thing is really in shambles.
Yeah, you mean in terms of it just not being
in terms of perception, in terms of when you look at polling and they say Democratic favorability numbers are as low as Trump's on a national level.
And yet Mamdani's so incredibly popular.
Right.
AOC is very popular.
That's right.
Tallarico seems to be very popular.
That's
I mean,
right.
We'll see. He needs to win the general, but he seems very popular.
Say again?
Bernie's
popular.
Bernie's always very popular.
Always.
So maybe this is finally it.
Speaking of AOC, she had some spicy words this weekend.
See, she was in Alabama,
Yeah.
and I saw people posting she just gave the speech of her lifetime. So I was like, let's run a little clip.
Is that where she was behind the bulletproof?
Yeah.
Thing.
And I am here today because I want to make sure that we all understand that Montgomery is not alone, that you all are not alone. And for all of those watching today, when they ask, what do we do in this moment? I feel helpless. What action can I take? It is time for the North to pull up to the South. It is time for New York to pull up to Alabama. It is time for all of us to come to Georgia, to Louisiana, to Tennessee, to Mississippi, and let them know exactly what they have uncorked with this injustice. They think they can draw us out of power. They do not know the sleeping giant that they just awakened. Because it is not a coincidence, and our whole country must understand that it was not until voting rights were ratified in this country that we got the Great Society. Because when Black Americans have the right to vote and that vote is protected, our schools get funded. When voting rights are protected, healthcare gets expanded. When voting rights are protected, our country moves forward. In Montgomery, that's what they're actually afraid of. They're afraid of us coming together. They're afraid of us protecting one another.
Now, this past weekend, shout out to Roland Martin and his whole team over there. Lou, what was the down in Selma, they walked the bridge at the Pettis Bridge down there. AOC was down in Montgomery, Alabama. That was a whole voting rights protection rally they have. AOC also spoke at Ebenezer Church in Atlanta, Georgia this week.
Oh, wow. She was really doing the rounds.
She was moving around. Now, we carried something on our channel this weekend, Lou, that you were active in making sure that it got out. What was that all about?
Yeah, what
Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Selma. Jeez, I can't talk. What you were saying was Selma. So we carried the church and the rally.
Got it. So hopefully you guys got to see that on the channel. But we worked together with a bunch of other channels on YouTube to make sure, because I don't know how many people actually saw that. Did the news carry that this weekend?
I didn't see it.
I only saw it online.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't heavily in my algorithm at all this weekend.
I would not say heavily. I think somebody sent me a clip. That's the only reason I saw it, which is weird because normally it would pop up on my algorithm.
But it's not weird. It's the way it's supposed to be happening. Because your algorithm is controlled by tech billionaires who don't want you to see this voting rights stuff. Your TikTok is controlled by the Ellison family, some Christian nationalists, Zionists, or whatever that stuff is. So you're not going to see it heavily there either. And then what news outlet is covering this?
Right.
Yeah. That part.
So I only want to point that out is because now all we have is each other. Right? Back to the Jason Lee interview. No, I'm kidding.
And that's why we're coming together.
You know what I mean? But it was a thing. Like, it was who was in there? I have a group chat that I have with me, Sway, Gail King, Roland Martin, and a number of other people, black people who work in media that, like, when things are happening, we're like, yo, did you see this? Hey, this is happening. And Roland sent that to all of us like, can you guys carry this? I don't know how many of them in the group chat have their own platforms and channels, but we happen to have one. So we were able to participate.
Yeah.
No, AOC was on her Dean right there, man. She sounded awesome. Excited the fact that someone needs to give her a better microphone. I don't know what was like a Shure 57. We got to do better. But like, she really, I more and more start to think, as much as I used to think it was early, that like, and I don't even know, she's not 35 yet, is she? I don't know. She is? It might be now for AOC, guys. I'm sorry.
I think it's a little early.
But we might have a country if we wait too long. If we wait too long, there may not be an election.
Well, you have two things. She's a Latina.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that you have to say it that way. Why do you do
it? Well, because that's how they would say it. She's Latina.
That doesn't mean you have to.
She's Hispanic.
Okay.
She's a woman. She's a she.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just struck out 3 times with she's.
Yeah.
So she's got a little bit of headwind as far as sexism is concerned in this culture of American politics.
And she's a nasty woman.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Wait,
and she used to be a bartender.
Wait, we struck out 3 times?
Hillary? Oh, no, twice.
Twice.
Hillary and Kamala. Yeah.
Twice.
I know, and the only person we were able to get elected was the over 75-year-old white guy. That's all we could do.
But that speaks to the culture. He's a man.
And he's a man.
And you know, AOC is a very beautiful woman. You know, the incels get weird about attractive ladies.
Oh man,
I always think that's
a beautiful woman in power. Oh,
that's
the incel meltdown.
I think that's informed a lot of the hate towards AOC too. I know I'm big on that, but I really do think people.
I think you're right.
They get so weird.
Yes,
they're like, I don't like these feelings that I have for how attractive she is, so we need to get rid of her.
Well, no, but on the other side, there's studies have been done on women who don't want to see you on television anymore because they're worried about their man being attracted to you. So women are going to hate on you because you're attractive. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing too.
I don't want this woman on my TV.
Right.
Trying to take my man, Jolene.
I don't understand. I don't. You went full Jolene.
Well, no, that Jolene song was about that. Like, don't take my man. You're beautiful.
But I do think like AOC is the ultimate candidate who has true experience, is a great charismatic speaker, is really, really progressive, but we have seen, and I know it's disappointed some people at other times, we've seen when she knows she needs to play ball to get things done, but her instincts are incredibly progressive. You know what I mean? Yep. Like that's where she is as a person, but not so. She's a modern day Bernie, and that's really
and that's why they're hand in hand the majority of the time,
right?
She is right whenever he is, whatever state he's in, she's right there.
No, we got it. Next time we talk to her, we got to ask her about that. That they have to be like straight up BFFs.
He's mentoring her. Yeah, she works for him.
Yeah, I thought she worked for him.
No, I know, but now it's been years.
Yeah,
of like
Mom Donnie also is in that same. That's the same squad. That's the crew.
Yeah. But I just see her whenever Bernie is at any rally, I see her also speaking and also supporting.
Yeah. No, it's a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
But I really don't know who else. You're right. Maybe she would lose for all the reasons you just mentioned. But
Look, that doesn't mean I don't think she should run. And like,
who would get more excited?
right? Because I do believe we're going to have to see individuals run for the sake of helping create a conversation and help push an agenda. And they may get to a point and lose, but a real successful presidential candidate will pay attention if they're really in there to try to do the job, right? And a great example is, some people disagree with me, but I think Mamdani is trying to do the best for a majority of New Yorkers.
He has to.
Not just the rich, not just one religious segment, but a majority of the population, right? Anyone that's doing these jobs, that's what the job used to be. It would be like, hey, I have my things that I think are a good idea, but I'm also hearing from a large swath of the voting population that says this is important to them. I'm going to incorporate that into my platform. Right? She needs to do that for that to be a part of it, right? Because it's working people. Like everything that you see them talking about is working class families, Americans, and what the American ideals are supposed to be. Protecting voter rights is supposed to be
fundamental.
I mean, by the way, it's in the original document.
Right. No, that's a basic fundamental one right there.
Right? And so doing the work to protect that as people try to do work to keep it unprotected is why you have to vote on a local level. It's why you got to actively vote for your state representatives. And I think that's why she's down in Alabama to really galvanize and pull money, right? Because she can pull money. Her profile now can pull money. To pull money down into those areas, get people donating, get people rallying, get, activists showing up and getting people out to vote, because there's also conversations happening around. And I think we saw this with Trump too. Remember when they were talking about the flyover states? Remember that whole conversation about flyover states, and there's a whole piece of America that just feels like they've been forgotten. The black community in many places, in many pockets around the country feels the same. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I've gone out and voted. My grandmother was out voting. We're dealing with all of this. They still got Confederate flags flying at the state capitol. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we even talking about? And I think that apathy sets in, but that's what they want. They want you to feel so disenfranchised that you're not even going to show up to participate anymore. You just want to keep your little job.
That it is what it is.
I just want a peace.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're going to beat you into submission. And I think this is an opportunity for us to, not only come together, activate, and also show people that we can affect voting in other parts of the country in a positive way. Are you ready for the rundown?
Sure, let's do it.
Laura got the rundown, turn that up. Hey. Screens on glow when she pull up. Hey. Headlines heavy, but we still caught up. Hey. Lights still flashing, we don't slow up.
Yo, shout to Just Thrive as we get into the rundown.
Oh, here we go.
Rosenberg hits the gummies when he walks in the room. The Just Thrive gummies are over there on the cabinet. Laura Stylez is on it. Now, Laura Stylez is the OG probiotic taker on the program.
That's why I love Just Thrive so much, because it's easy, they're tasty. But listen, if you want a healthy, balanced situation, if your gut is giving you trouble, man, probiotics are just good. They're just good for you. You need them. So you do your own research so you can see how they benefit you. And I love the convenience of Just Thrive. And I just like that they taste good.
Well, I want to point out, too, for the audience, how do you know probiotics are for you? Do you feel like after you eat, you're low energy? Or like after lunchtime, your stomach is like fighting itself?
Yeah, discomfort.
All the time? That means you need some good. You need some good in your gut. And probiotics are that for you. Just Thrive has it.
Yeah, and they've been doing it for over a decade, helping thousands of people take control of their health with science-backed solutions you can trust. So here's the deal. Start your 90-day risk-free trial at justthrivehealth.com/ELR and save 20% off your first order. That's justthrive.com, promo code ELR. Be the best you with Just Thrive.
Matter of fact, we're gonna be wrapping this show up because I hit that Just Drive this morning and I got an appointment.
Oh my god!
Damn, bro. We might be.
I cannot.
Might be a half hour.
All right, EL Army, trust us. We love to Just Drive gummies. Go get one of you.
I mean, I love them too. Keeps it moving, baby. Laura, what you got in the rundown?
Anyway, okay, so I was gonna go through a bunch of like, the disses that stuck out that everybody was talking about, throughout all 3 albums, right? Okay. So I know on Janice, did you see when
Janice Shut the F Up is my joint?
Yeah. It says, this is towards Kendrick, the line that says, white kids listen to you because they feel some type of guilt. That's how your soul gets fulfilled. Handing out turkeys on camera inside your hood, then you go back to the hills. I thought that was interesting because I'm like, didn't you do that with God's Plan?
Damn, Laura, why you do that? Well, that's the problem.
And I defended him in that video, remember? I was like, this is great. Drake is changing lives.
But Laura, you're bringing up something sensitive. Because if you recall, Rosenberg went.
I know.
He went
I know.
nuclear.
I know.
I went nuclear? It was nuclear?
I mean, that's how people received you going in on God. You hated that.
I mean, you got a call, bro.
I did, but that was more than turkeys, by the way. I will say that. He gave away a lot of money. Yes. But also Kendrick gives away way more than turkeys. Like, it's just the part that stands out to me is he says, white kids, what is the line?
White kids listen to you because they feel some type of guilt, and that's how your soul gets fulfilled.
So my problem is Drake has too many white kids who feel no guilt.
Yeah.
He has the white kids who don't even feel guilt when they say the N-word.
Right.
Yes.
That's my problem.
See, and now somebody's going to take this clip. We had such a positive show talking about, and you see what happens? That happens to me. It happens to me. What you just did happens to me regarding Drake.
Because I'm triggered by this line.
You're triggered by the fact that you have a guy who is irresponsible with his platform, right? He has a platform. He's irresponsible with it, right? He has participated in a culture that we know represents something important, right? And what it represents, he doesn't take care of. And so he says a line like that, and you immediately go, you know the problem I really have?
Because it tapped into, like, I'm tired of people acting as if it's a bad thing that there would be white kids out there who in Kendrick hear, oh, this is a black man telling me about things that as a white person in America, I should hear. That's important. This is like educational.
But that's how you were raised on hip-hop.
That's why I got into hip-hop.
Yeah.
And my biggest issue was when, I remember me and Mac Miller talked about this years ago because I judged Mac when I first saw him because I went to a concert of his and it was him performing in front of like 2,000 white kids. And I was like, oh my God, I see the end of hip-hop. It's white suburban kids performing for 2,000 white kids. This is where it all ends. Now, what I didn't know about Mac was that he would become this ultra responsible hip-hop artist with diverse artists around who promoted great ideals. But if you don't do that and you don't care for it, yeah, that's a problem. And it's a little throwaway line. I get it, but like
it's indicative of a larger issue. It's indicative
of a problem. And obviously there are plenty of course, there are mad kids who love Kendrick and love Drake. And there are white kids who love Drake and are not okay with being racist. But we see that some of the racist ones seem to gravitate towards him.
But here's the other part. During the battle, Drake said to Kendrick, you're trying to rap like you freeing the slave.
Yeah.
Black people had a problem with that. People had a problem with that. He didn't listen again. He's still not listening because he's still playing around with this same idea of Kendrick trying to appeal to people who need to learn something or free their minds from something. And that's the issue? That's not the issue.
Right.
That is not the issue.
He has other lines. Oh, Laura, I'm sure you'll give us some. He has other lines that I think hit that are like, that's an appropriate response to Kendrick. But I don't think that one is.
Okay, so there's a few more. Let me see. I don't have all of them.
Okay.
Oh, as a matter of fact.
Play the clip?
We have a clip. Yeah. Let's do the clip.
Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic. You don't have one.
How do they say they got classics if it's you never revisited? And if that's revisited, then why am I boss of the business?
What is it, the braids?
What is it, the braids? Even when I cut them, I can never fade. I mean, it's Drizzy Drake, like.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
That's a response of some.
Open show tonight, baby. My young boys from the yacht going crazy.
I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From all you need a check balance, let me.
Atlanta, tell you about my run, you know what I'm saying? Ask Pluto Bank of 21, you know what I'm saying?
I really like the Bible one. That one response I like.
Okay.
You don't?
I like them. I mean, they're all fine.
No, I mean some. Well, that's.
I'm over it. Guys. I'm sorry.
You're over it?
The beef is over. Like
Is
it's
it?
already over.
I mean,
no. Now them not liking each other. Okay, the battle is over. Wrong phrase. The battle is over. They are no longer battling. Do they still have beef and not like each other? Do they represent different things in hip hop? Absolutely. Are they different people that think the other one is full of shit? Yes. But as far as the battle, it's over. So you're just.
This is the first album though we've gotten since it happened. So
okay, yeah. But I'm just saying.
You're personally done with it.
I'm fine. I mean, it was good stuff.
All right. So
I'm still. When I heard those things, I'm sorry, Laura Stylez. When
It's
I heard
okay.
those things, what actually triggered to me was that the Kendrick records still hit harder than those Drake records. Drake had bars right there, but those Kendrick records still hit harder.
All right, here's a few more. The one he went towards A$AP Rocky. He says, your baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where's she at? Damn, where's she at? I was a little annoyed because I was like, why are you...
What does the line mean?
Basically saying that Rihanna didn't post not even a single when he dropped his album.
Oh.
That's what he's trying to
But
say.
I saw Rihanna promoting the release of his album.
I did too. They're saying, and then he has a line that says, I'll take $500K, not the dinner. I will never learn shit from none of y'all.
That was the whole. I was on
did.
Apple Music on Friday talking about that. I was talking about
Yes.
I don't think anybody's really talking about that line.
Yeah.
That's another shot at Hov. Him and Hov have been having little exchanges for a while.
But Jay literally just came out in that interview and said like, why did people go after Drake in the way that they did? It wasn't right. Like he kind of defended Drake in the battle. It seemed like he thought
This
the
was
battle
recorded
was nasty.
before the.
I know,
GQ
but I might have.
All right.
Yes, Baskine.
I was saying the worst Hov line. I don't know if you have it. Was when he said you guys been island hopping and all of them stuff is redacted from the Epstein files. I think that was probably.
Ooh, I didn't have that one.
I heard that line in the album, but I didn't know if that was at Hov.
I mean, there's nobody else in hip hop who was redacted from any files.
But was Hov redacted from a file?
Because he wasn't technically mentioned in the actual file. It was that stupid hotline.
It was an FBI hotline.
Louis,
Yeah.
Louis, you have
But
something?
that's what he's alluding to. That didn't push it.
Okay.
But my point is it wasn't redacted.
I mean, he's just being cute. I think with the idea of
he's
redacted.
just-
All right.
Diddy's redacted. Stuff. I don't
All
know.
right. And then, of course, the one that's being talked about a lot is his relationship with LeBron James. We mentioned that. Please don't stop asking me what's going on with 23andMe. I'm real and he's not. It's in my DNA. And then he goes at Mustard. I think you guys saw that.
What was the Mustard one?
Mustard heard about us. Got to catch up to the slaps. You ain't had one since me and YG rapped.
Cap.
Yeah, he had his biggest hit last year. He was
Cap.
he was in the Super Bowl. Kendrick screamed.
I'm trying to,
Mustard.
you guys. So my problem with all this is I'm trying to enjoy Iceman.
Well,
And I'm trying to enjoy Habibti, and I'm trying to enjoy Maid of Honor.
enjoy them.
And this stuff makes me not enjoy it.
Okay, but
And I don't like that.
This
And
stuff isn't all
I
of
feel like y'all hating. I'm the biggest Drake fan up here, and you guys are a bunch of
Shut
haters. That's why I just want to say that.
All right, and then the Rick Ross one where he says, I was Aiden Ross. I was Aiden Ross with the streams before Aiden Ross had ever streamed.
I was Aiden Ross.
I was hating Rick
I was
Ross.
Aiden. That's a good bar.
Yeah.
Before we forget, I do want to say the one thing that annoys me the most about this whole thing. I don't like that rap has changed in the last few years. The Kendrick-Drake beef did this.
Breaking down lyrics.
Where now every bar is thought of as, will it work as a think piece on TikTok? Of like, what he's saying is aiding Ross. But that's Aiden Ross. But that's aiding, but then Bob Ross, and then AIDS. And you're like, no, I don't think that's...
But I'm different than you. I'm annoyed by it, but I like it.
But it's changed what people now consider great lyrics, and I'm like, some of them are good, and some of them you're trying
I
too
think
hard.
isn't that forever though? Isn't that forever where there's been rappers who
Yeah.
have tried too hard and it didn't hit?
I just see people now really performing for that crowd.
Yeah, they are.
But
you're annoyed by social media and TikTokers breaking stuff down. Full stop.
That's it. That's a good point.
Okay, so let's move on. Shakira, Madonna, and BTS are going to headline the first World Cup halftime show.
Let's go back to Drake.
I was gonna go, yo, end of the show. Thanks for coming out.
No, but seriously, BTS, that's gonna be insanity.
Well, it's already going to be insanity.
Yeah. So to add a little more,
the BTS thing is gonna be insanity because how many people they gonna have on stage? How many people are in that group? 15?
no, I think it's like maybe like 7. I don't know.
All right, so I was way off with 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, it's the first time ever. This is how washed the World Cup is this time around. No one wants to come to the U.S. No one wants to buy the tickets. The energy around it is not high. They created a halftime show like it's the Super Bowl for the first time ever.
Have you seen the clips of people when they're asking people in different countries, "Are you going to the World Cup?" They were like, "Why? So I can get deported by ICE? No way! I'm not spending my money."
Yeah, but we're not hot out here, guys. I don't know if you know this. I remember Trump said we're the hottest country in the world. Not feeling that
for the
way.
first time since the Great Depression, more people have moved out of America than moved in. Right now.
Really?
Yes.
More?
More.
Wow.
More have left America, moved out, than moved in. Since first time since Great Depression.
That's a crazy stat. That's a really crazy stat.
Anyway, guys, let's wrap this up. That was the rundown.
Shout out to Just Thrive on the show. Sponsoring. Get your Just Thrive probiotics. What's our show code?
ELR.
Yeah. Shout out to Cozy Earth, too. That Cozy Earth be ringing off in the house. I swear to God. And this is not just because of advertising.
Okay.
Cozy Earth is a real conversation in our house. Where Jazz will be like, I can't wait to get home and get in my Cozy Earth. Oh, these sheets are different. It's nonstop, bro. Her pajamas, Cozy Earth. She went ham on the Cozy Earth, bro.
Cozy. How's the
Team Cozy.
No, it's crazy. All right, look, tomorrow we back in the building. The next couple of weeks, I'll tell the audience, man, it's hit and miss for me. I got to go to London. I got to go to San Francisco. I got a lot of work I'm doing this year. We're setting up the Apple Music. A new Apple Music studio situation is coming to the world.
Wow, exciting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Big deal. Big. Huge. Kind of huge. So we're working on that right now, so I got to do some traveling, but...
We got you. We got it.
You hold me down.
We're going to hold this thing down.
Hold me down.
This ELR show.
You got it. You got it. We didn't get any calls today, Grip. Nobody wanted to talk about Drake.
Oh,
Two people hung up. Man. 844-ELR. ELR3 is the number. I find that interesting. Nobody wants to talk about
the phone. I know. I'm going to give you a month before I hit the phone with the womp womp.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm surprised, but maybe it's like, I wonder if we brought something from radio that we think is like really...
And nobody cares. It's just like I just type it in.
If I want to talk to you, I'll type it in. If not, I won't.
I'll
write you an email. I don't know.
All right, bye, guys.
ELR
Hit
show,
that like
subscribe.
button.